me make sure I'm good on Facebook. All right, I'm there. All right. If you've never been with me before, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm Love Coach Dasha, and I am a love coach specifically for women who want to stay and heal and reconcile after infidelity. Not just for folks who, who are having an easy time of love right now. I am here for you if you are having a very hard time with us. You don't know if you want to stay. You're having a hard time deciding what you want to do. Um, you're leaning towards staying. You want to stay, but you're just not quite sure how to pull that off. I am here to help you with that. All right. So let me make sure I can see everything. Lovely. Glad to see you over there on Facebook. Everybody on Instagram. Hey. Hey, y'all, make sure you give me likes, make sure you give me love, make sure you give me some comments so that first of all, the algorithm knows that you like me, and second of all, so that we can talk. All right. I am here to answer all your questions. So if you are having difficulty with healing and forgiving and moving forward and all of the things after infidelity, put your questions in the comments. I got you, okay? Good morning from the Philippines, said Bernadette. I remembered that time. I remembered it was Bernadette. How are you doing, girl? Glad you're here first thing in the morning in the Philippines. All right, fabulous. Love it. We're going international right from the very beginning. I love it. All right, y'all. So let me see. Oh, got questions popping up. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, y'all. So we're getting ready to get started. Well, what I normally do is I'm telling you things that you can do to try to mitigate the effects of this trauma on you. Right now, the effects of the trauma are running wild. You're having a hard time. It's beating you down. Okay. We've got to figure out how to take back control of our brains, of our bodies after a trauma and get back on stable ground. Get back to where we are thinking instead of just feeling and reacting. Okay. That is going to be the key because once we can calm that down a little bit, get our bodies and our brains back in alignment with the fact that we do want to be with this person still, we can get to a better place mentally, and then the relationship is going to get to a better place too. You're going to start to get your trust back. All sorts of good stuff is going to happen, but you've got to do something about the traumatic response. And that's what I teach you about. That's the main thing that I'm going to teach you about because I want you to have control back. You were in a situation where you lost some control. And I want you to know that the solution for that is to get your control back, to take back over your body and your brain and make it do what you need it to do and have the love that you want. Prove that you weren't wrong about this person. That yes, they may have made a mistake, but you weren't wrong about them. Hi, Marie. Glad you're here, girl. Make sure, y'all, make sure if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, complaints, anything that's going on in your brain you want to talk about tonight, put it in the comments. I got you, okay? All right, y'all. Beautiful. First things first, the thing that I'm always going to teach you, like first thing, the first half of this lesson pretty much is always going to be the same stuff because when we're going through a trauma, our bodies and our brains all do the exact same things. So if we know what those things are and we can do things that counteract those things, we can start getting back in control of our bodies and control of our brains and control of our emotions, and we can start to heal. All right. So the very first thing that I'm always going to tell you every single solitary time we get together is to do your deep breathing. Have you been doing your deep breathing? Let me know in the comments. Have you been doing it? Have you been making a practice of it? Marie, Bernadette, have you been making a practice of doing your deep breathing on a regular basis when you are feeling a little out of control, when your heart is pounding out of your chest, when your breathing is a little unsteady? Do you sit down and take a few moments and slow your breathing and count a little bit and get yourself back under control? I'm trying to tell you, it's one of the best things that you can do. If you change the way you breathe, you tell your brain that I'm not in any danger anymore. I don't see anything around here that's going to jump on me and maul me and eat me right now. That is not true. I am not in danger. I am in control. I can calm down. All right. So you are telling your body what you need it to do, which is to calm down. The breathing of slow inhale and slow exhale is the opposite of the breathing that you do when you are panicked, which is fast, sipping, barely ever exhaling any of that carbon dioxide you got building up in your system. So we've got to control that breathing. We've got to slow it down. We've got to use our brains, the higher parts of our brains, to override the more animal parts of our brains that are freaking out. Okay. All right, Marie. Marie, you said you use it to ground you. Excellent. I love to hear you people using the deep breathing. When you start using it, I'm trying to tell you, you never go back. I had anxiety before all this happened. I had bad anxiety when I was a teenager. So bad that they thought something was wrong with my heart for a little while. Come to find out, I was just having panic attacks all the damn time. Learning to do my deep breathing, grounding myself, getting back in control of my body and my brain, life saving, life changing. It not going through that excruciating mess all the time because I had learned that my breathing could control that. Oh, it was a beautiful thing. Bernadette, you said, I don't know if this is good or bad. I recently told my husband I'm still unable to move on, but I need to move forward. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to forgive everything and let's start anew. But if this happens again the second time, then I'm done. You won't see me or our daughter. You won't know that we're gone. You'll feel our absence. He longs for us to have a child together, and this is not a threat. So far, everything is going smoothly. Now, Bernadette, okay, we're gonna answer a whole bunch of questions later, but I'm gonna just say this to you right now. Um, don't make ultimatums you don't mean, because you didn't mean that this time. Okay, when it happened this time, you wanted to stay, you wanted to work things out. So don't throw things at him that you don't mean that are going to push you into a corner later on if it so happened to go that way. If it went that way again and he actually did it again and you actually didn't want to leave, you've been seeing some progress, you've been feeling like you had made the right decision and he messed up again, you'll be looking around like, oh, I have to leave him now. Don't put yourself into a corner that you don't necessarily want to be in. You've shown you don't want to be in it this time. So don't paint yourself into it next time trying to threaten him. Okay. Yeah, if it's really real and you really mean it, I get that. But also, you could really, really mean it right now, and then it happened, and then you realize you don't mean it. So don't make ultimatums that you're not necessarily sure of until they actually happen. All right, because a lot of people didn't think that they would stay at all, and then they found out. Oh, come to find out, this wasn't actually a deal breaker for me. This is a person that I love so much, I wanted to stay. Oh, okay. So I don't want you to paint yourself into a corner there, okay? Looking good, 156. I see you over there on Instagram. Hey. All right, let's see. Let's see. What else? All right, we did our deep breathe. We're gonna do our deep breathing together. All right. So we're gonna do 4, 7, 8 breathing. That's what I do. You can pick whichever number set you would like. That goes well with my little brain. It is just difficult enough to keep me engaged in counting so that I remember that I'm counting. All right. It's just difficult enough that I won't get frustrated, but it is challenging enough that I'll remember I'm doing it. Okay. So I do 4, 7, 8, but you can do 5, 5, 5, 7, 7, 7. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing, it's slowing your breathing down. It is getting more oxygen in, it's getting more carbon dioxide out, and it is calming down your blood pressure, your pulse. It is stopping that blood from pumping into your ears and making you feel like you're going deaf. All of that stuff is going to start to help. Okay. So we do 4, 7, 8. What we do is blow out. You're going to blow out, make the noise when you blow to make a signal to your brain that, oh, pay attention. It's time to deep breathe. We are calming down now. All right. You can make a trigger in your brain. You can make good triggers just like you can make bad triggers. You blow out, making the noise. Then you are going to inhale for a count of 4. You're going to hold that breath for a count of 7. And then you're going to blow out again for a count of 8. And we're going to do that 3 times in a row. But for me, will you please start doing it 5 times a day, 5 times in a row, 5 separate occasions during the day? Please do that for me. Go to my YouTube, I love Coach Tasha YouTube, and just go to it's like one of my first videos. Start here and breathe. Go on into that. You can sit with me. I will walk you through breathing. But for right now, we're going to do it 3 times. All right. All right, y'all. Everybody with me? Come on in. Do your deep breathing with me. First thing we're going to do is blow out. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me for that. How does it feel when you do your deep breathing? Let me know about it. How does it feel? Do you feel a little light? Do you feel a little lightheaded? Do you feel a little sleepy? Start yawning? What things happen to you when you're doing your deep breathing? Because it is a physical change we are affecting. This trauma was a physical change. Just because it's something that was heartbreaking, just because this is something that was not a physical blow to you, it does not mean that it was not traumatic. You've got to recognize the trauma for what it is. Start doing the things that will help you with the trauma. And the first thing is doing your deep breathing, okay? It is a physical thing happening to you. This is a physical thing you can do to make it stop. All right. All right. Second thing that I'm always going to tell you every time we get together, every time we talk, I am always going to tell you to do your journaling. Have you been doing your journaling? Have you been sitting down with yourself about 5 minutes, first thing in the morning, minutes in the evening, and doing your journaling? Marie said you start yawning, especially if it's a little bit late. I know, right? It's a little late. It'll make you yawn, it'll make you sleepy. But some people, it wakes them right up. So it's a physical change. It's actually doing something in your body, in your brain when you're doing your deep breathing. So it is a physical thing that is happening when you do it. It's not just, oh, I'm just breathing. It's helping. Okay. So journaling, you say you've been journaling a lot, lady? Absolutely. That is some excellent self-care. I'm very, very proud of you for doing that. You need that time. You need that time with your emotions. If you want to shed a few tears, if you want to think about what has happened, if you want to think about triggers, how you're handling things, how you would rather handle things, that's where that goes in your journal. I know a lot of this stuff you would want to bring to him, right? You want to talk about it to him. But the problem with that is in trauma, you're going to repeat things, okay? You're not going to remember that you had that conversation with him. Probably not. All right. It is going to fade away pretty quickly because the pain stands out first. Your trauma, the issue that you're going through right this second comes back to the forefront more than any conversation that you have. So if you're writing it in your journal, and you're going over it in your journal and you're answering questions in your journal and you're writing it down, it's going to be there when you come back. You going to him and talking to him about it, you're going to go to him over and over again. And you let me know in the comments, has this happened to you? He's like, we already talked about this. I answered these questions before. You're asking me the exact same thing again. Why are we going over the same information again? It is because your brain is trying very hard to get some dirt on him. It wants you to talk to him instead of working it out inside your brain. Because if you talk to another person, the chances of you misunderstanding and still being upset are even higher than if you deal with it yourself. Okay. So your brain is messing with you. I want you to start sitting down with your journal 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, and just writing about all this stuff, putting it down so that you have it. It's right in front of you. You can go back and reference it, and you can start to find the patterns in it when you start doing it consistently. You will know what the answer is when it happens instead of having to go try and find the answer from him. You will have written it down. I promise you, way more answers than you think will be found in your journal if you start journaling right now. Okay. So, date, time, level of anxiety is what you need for your journal. You need your date and time so that you can compare entries. You can be like, oh, this is a time where I was super triggered. Is that date matching? Is that the same day of the week? Is that the same day of the month? Is that the same time of day? Is it the same like after work? What was similar to those times? When you start doing that, you start finding the patterns of all your triggers and you will know them before they hit you. Okay. Last thing is your level of anxiety, 0 to 10. Zero is no anxiety at all. Write that down. Okay. You want to remember those days where you're feeling good and things are going well and you're like, I'm all right. You want to write that down. So write it down if you're a 0 or maybe even a 1 or 2. It's way down there. You are managing, you are maintaining when you were at that point. You need to know that because your brain will come back and tell you every day since you found out has been a 10. You have been in utter distress and disgust ever since this happened. And your brain is lying. Your brain is lying. It will tell you that, but that's not true at all. But you'll know that because you've written it down in your journal and you go like, no, I had good days last week. I was all right. I was feeling pretty good. And then this happened, this trigger right here that I wrote down. And then I was started to spiral. I've been feeling bad for a few days after that. But before that, I was actually doing pretty good. It gives you so much information. Trust me. Just start. If you get into the habit of it, you will go back and you'll be like, damn, I put some really insightful stuff in here. All right. All right. Third thing that I'm always going to tell you every time we get together is I want you to develop an attitude of gratitude. Okay. I want you to be working on that. That's a daily thing. Okay. It is something to put your brain to when your brain is sitting there saying that I'm just not enough and this love was never real. Okay. When your brain is doing all that shit, I need you to go back and look for things to be grateful for because that will shut your brain right the hell up. Okay. When you go back in your brain, you'll say, oh, you are complaining an awful lot over there, brain. Let's do our gratitude practice. And I am grateful for cell phones, and I am grateful for makeup, and I am grateful for the color blue, and I am grateful for my laptop. Your brain can't keep up with, oh, I'm so miserable and woe is me, if you are actively looking for things to be grateful for. Does that make sense to you? I want you to know that that's a tip, that's a trick that will get you right out of the hole. Okay. If you are spiraling, come back to your gratitude. When you come back to your gratitude, you are showing your brain what you want it to look for in the world, and that's what it will start to look for. And then your brain is not constantly looking for the negative, dragging you down with it. You're lifting it up. Okay. And that's the way it should be because your brain is not you. You are you. You are yourself. You are the thinker and you are not the thoughts. Your brain is doing a job. Your job is to manage, to interpret that, to keep on top of what your brain is doing just automatically in your head. Okay. So you can do that. You are the main character. You can control what your brain is doing. And gratitude is a great way to do it. So that's why I always do Thirsty Thursday. Please, in the comments, let me know what good stuff has happened with you this week. What happened that you were like, you know what? That's a really good thing. I am grateful right now that it finally freaking stopped raining. It rained here for like 4 days. I mean, Hurricane Helene was just, they called it the ghost of Helene because it was just rain for days. There was no sun. I need to see the sun. I'm a sun child. I need to see it some of the time. And days on days of darkness kind of threw me. So I am so glad that I got to see the sun today. So anybody got any good things that they want to share with me so I can shout you out and say the good things that are happening to you? I love that Marie is using her deep breathing. That is a good thing right there. That's another thing that I'm grateful for right this minute. Using that deep breathing, grounding yourself, getting good control over yourself. All right. Then what's the last thing? The last thing that I'm always going to tell you every single time we get together is to stop asking all those questions. I need you to stop that, okay? I know you want to ask him. I know that your brain says that you need to ask him. I'm telling you that that's just another one of those trauma responses. It's your brain doing what it can to clean up after a trauma, to try and keep you safe after a trauma, okay? But it's lying. Okay. It is telling you over and over again that if you ask all of the questions, then you will feel better. You will be healed. You will be allowed to let it go. You will have the closure. I know your brain is telling you that, and I'm telling you that is a lie. It is all about getting as much ammo on him as you possibly can. Okay. That's what the questions are for. They are not to heal and understand and be compassionate. That's not what they're for. They are here to make you back away in the times where you're going to get closer, where you're going to start to let the wall down. Your brain is going to throw one of those factoids right at you and say, but look, this is a reason why you shouldn't be close to this person. And then you're going to want to listen to it because it's information that you collected. All right. So we've got to stop doing that. Okay. Can we agree that we need to stop asking the questions? Marie said, I'm grateful for my friends that help bring me some joy when I'm feeling down. That is wonderful. I'm glad you have good friends who will bring you up, who are not, oh God, it's terrible when you got friends that are trying to talk down to you and make you feel bad for your decisions. And I don't know why you're doing this. You're being such a doormat. Oh, I hate trying to have friends like that are not helpful at all, but they feel like they're helping you because they're telling you how you're stupid. I, it's good you have some good friends who are sensible about this, and when you're feeling down, they don't try and beat you down more. I'm loving that for you. I'm grateful that you got that too, Marie. All right. So what was I saying? Questions. The questions, friends. If you must. If your brain is shouting it at you, if your brain is causing that itch that makes you want to ask the question, I'm giving you this. You're welcome, Marie. Do this instead, okay? The and THEAND. This is a card game from the good people at the Skin Deep, and it is fabulous, okay? Way better questions than the ones that you want to ask. You want to ask questions. You want to ask questions because you feel like that will help me feel connected. That will help me start to heal this rift that has been pouring in between us because of this painful thing that has happened. That is an excellent reason to ask questions. So if you're going to do that, you can't let them be questions about the pain, not only questions about the pain. These questions are the healing deck. This deck itself is the healing edition, and it is lots of questions that can be a little touchy, but it's a lot of questions that are all about the love and all about the connection and all about reestablishing that. So I'll give you a few of these so you can have something. 3 of these is probably good for a good conversation. Carissa, I see you over there on Instagram, girl. Hey, glad you're here. All right, so we got 3 questions. First one's going to be, what do you think is the biggest challenge I face regarding our relationship? Look, see, that could be about the cheating, but he might say something different. What if he said something different to you? What if you were like, you're thinking your biggest challenge that you're facing in a relationship is him cheating? But what if he says, well, no, I think it's that you're insecure? Oh, wouldn't that be? See, you want to ask questions. You got to be prepared for the answers. You got to be prepared that it's not going to be the answer that you think it is if you're wanting to ask questions. Okay. Hey, girl. Hey. All right. Next question. We've got, ooh, what is your story of us? We like that. I like that. Our story is we're about to be married 21 years tomorrow. 21 years tomorrow is our story. So this is the story of Lucky 21, I think. But what is your story of us? Wouldn't that be better to hear than the questions you want to ask about what's going on between them? What the things that they talked about, the things that they did? Wouldn't you rather have that, a connection between the two of you, than worrying about what he's done with her? Right? Wouldn't that be better? I think it is. And then one more. Let's do, if you could go back and change one thing about us, what would it be and why? Ooh, isn't that interesting? Now, you know what? I am not a regret type of girl. Okay. That's not typically the way I live. And I can actually say now, from the position that I'm in right now, from where I am, from being able to see it, they were like, if you could go back and change one thing about us, what would it be and why? You would say the cheating, right? You would say that. You were like, I wish that would never happen. And to an extent, maybe, yeah, all right, sure, it would have been nice not to have that pain. But I actually don't want to erase it. My husband said the other day that he wanted to erase it. He was like, if I could go back, I would erase it. But I was like, but then I wouldn't be able to share this message with the world. Then I wouldn't be able to tell people about developing unconditional love. And then I couldn't tell people about healing and forgiving with the person that you love and building a better relationship. Like I couldn't do that in the same way then. I guess maybe I would still be doing something like this. But if that had never happened, if I went back and took away all the bad stuff that he ever did, then I wouldn't be the same person that I am now. I wouldn't know all that I know now. I have like a very, very specialized expertise that not very many people have. Not very many people know the things about healing from cheating that I know. And I love knowing the secret. Okay. I love knowing something that other people don't know. Okay. So if I could go back and erase it, I think about that. I think about that with lots of things in my past. It's like, oh, if you could go back in time and fix it and it never happened, I wouldn't, because I like who I am. I like who all of the things made. And so like you can start off feeling like, oh, I would want to go and change it. But as you heal, I want you to feel like you got something so good out of this. You got so much stronger, so much better, so much sharper, so much more than you were before, from learning how to love anyway and healing and forgiving. You got so much from that it would, you really have to sit and think about, would I take all of this learning away once you've got it? All right. I want to get you to that place where I am, where you are like, you know what? It's what happened. It's what happened. I learned a whole bunch from it. I have grown as a person. I am someone who can be depended upon to have specialized expertise in this thing. All right, it wasn't that terrible that it happened. All right. I would love for you all to get to that place. And speaking of getting to that place and me helping you get to that place, let me say that I want you to know that I'm doing some free sessions, okay? For the next couple weeks, I got it listed for the next couple weeks. I am doing some free sessions for all of you, and on my Enchanted Reconciliation call with me. It's about 45 minutes. You're going to get on the call with me. You're going to tell me what's going on with your love and with your life. And we're going to get you on the healing path. I'm going to direct you onto the path while we're on the phone. Okay. You don't necessarily have to work with me one on one. If you can get on one of these calls with me, let me tell you, you're going to get something out of it. You are going to feel like you are feeling a lot better once you have come out of this call with me. Carissa, tell them about that. It's a good thing talking to me. When you get to chat with me live one on one, I'm telling you, you're going to come out of that conversation with a plan and feeling better about where you are in the moment. Okay. So I want you to get on that. I want you to do that for me. So in my link tree on Instagram, it is a link for a session with me. And right here, let me put it in the comments on the video that you can get on a call with me. It says Tidy Count. It is my calendar. And you just go in there, click on that link, and pick a date and time. That's all you need to do. And I got you, okay? We're going to sit down on a Zoom link. We're going to talk for about 45 minutes. You are going to have a plan once we get done. Carissa said it's a good thing. All right. Don't miss this opportunity. You will feel better within minutes and you'll be able to take a big breath once the call is over. Do it. All right. That's what Carissa said. That's what Carissa said. That's not even me. That's what Carissa said to do because she's been on the call with me. She knows that I do this thing. Okay. So I want you to start feeling better like now. I want you to start feeling better ASAP. And I am trying to make sure that by the end of the year, you are well on your way to healed. I want this new year to come up and you to feel like, oh my gosh, I am going into a whole new year, going into a whole new place. Just because I got on this healing path, just because I'm not in all this pain anymore. I want your holidays to go by beautifully and feeling good. I want the new year to roll in and for you to feel like I have a plan for the new year. I know what I'm going to be doing. Things are going to be all right. All right. And also, one other thing while I'm putting up links, um, get on and grab my guide, How to Heal and Reconcile After Infidelity. Okay. Go ahead and click on the link. It is in my link tree also on Instagram and put it in the comments down here. Go ahead and click on that link. That is going to lead you to my guide of the dreams formula that I tell you all about every single time we talk. The dreams formula, I wrote it down, okay? I put it down in a PDF. I walked you through the steps. So it is the 6 steps that I use myself, that all my clients use, that I teach from about how to get to the healing path and stay on the healing path after this infidelity. Click on that. And then after you go ahead and put in your name and email for that, there'll be another page. And I'm having an event coming up on the 12th. I'm having a Zoom meeting where we're going to talk about getting to your happy ending after this infidelity. Okay. So if you want to learn more about how to get to that place, another totally free teaching opportunity. All right. Well, you will be able to ask me questions at the end of the Zoom. Go ahead, click on the link, get your guide, and then the very next page says come on to get your happy ending after the infidelity. Okay, so all the places where it says put your name and your email, put them all. Okay. Put them all in. You'll get a whole bunch of emails from me and you will be in for the 12th when we do how to get your happy ending after infidelity. Okay. All right. So, y'all got any questions for me? I saw some in the chat. Let's see. Uh, Marie, was that you? Somebody had put a question in the chat, but it looks like it's gone now. Oh, dang. I was looking forward to coming to that. Marie, was that you? Let's see, you said you were going. Let me know. If that was your question, let me put it back up here. Um, or do I have to? Okay, hold on. Let me look. Hold on a second. I was on my regular name. I got to be on Love Coach Dasha. Okay, hold on. I bet you I can see it now. Hold on one second. Let me look. Yeah. Please make sure to put any questions, comments, anything you want answered, anything that you are curious about. Go ahead and put it in the comments. No, I guess maybe they took it out. Don't see it. Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. That's fine. No biggie. I know that you all are here. You all can give me some good questions today. You all feel free to share some things with me or ask me about, any of the things that I'm doing. Ask me about my God, how to heal and reconcile after infidelity. Ask me about getting on a call with me. Whatever you would like, I am here to answer your questions. Okay. All right. Let's see. Don't see anything over there. All right. Let's see. Let's see some questions. Oh, you got one. You got one. Yay, Carissa. All right. I have been doing the 180. I've been very strict about it. He has pulled away more than ever before. It seems to be having the opposite effect. Is there a time when I'm supposed to pivot and change tactics? All right. You know what though? Some of the time, if they're not responding to that, they are so deeply into their own little world that they don't even recognize that that's terrible. You know what I mean? Like they have their guilt and their shame, and they're kind of spiraling. So if they're so far gone that they're not paying attention to the 180, you can go ahead and just be as regular as you want to. All right, you can be regular. If you talk to him, you talk to him. You say he only talks to kids once, maybe 2 times a month. Won't even call them. Just stop. Don't reach out to him. Because that's part of the 182. Don't reach out to him. If he calls, be receptive in that moment, but try and forget about him. Like try and forget that he's even existing. Don't even try and get him to talk to the kids and all that. That's not your responsibility. Let him go ahead and shame spiral. If he still feels like you're right there, even as you're doing the 180, he's like, oh, but you're still right there. If you just stop, if you just totally take hands off, I'm not calling you anymore. I'm not trying to get you to try and talk to the kids at all anymore. You go ahead and you be miserable over there. And we're going to be happy over here. A lot of the time, if you can just show the happy, if you just show the happy, if you just show that you and the kids are doing just fine by yourselves, that'll make him hit rock bottom faster. And then he can finally start to come back up and realize, oh, I really messed this up. You all were happy. I was sitting over here miserable, not doing a thing. He said, I don't try at all. We don't communicate at all, but I miss him so much every day still. I understand that. I understand that. But sometimes when they're going through something, they just got to go through it. They just have to go all the way through it before they can get themselves together and move forward and be productive again. This is not who you knew at all. So that suggests to me that this was a very huge thing that happened to him. Something happened. It was a difference in his brain. He was loving husband and father and responsible and participating and there, and then all of a sudden just, oh, I want to get divorced, and running out the door to go be with somebody else and not having anything at all to do with his kids. That was a big break. I think that it usually is like one of those midlife crises things, that not having enough testosterone, the testosterone levels start to decline as they get to like 35, and then after that it starts to decline. And so that hormonal change, along with not quite being satisfied where they are with their lives, it makes them blow up everything. It makes them just throw their whole damn lives away because they were just going through something at the moment, that they were stressed out about their way their life was going. And so they were like, well, since it's not perfect, I'm just going to blow the whole thing to hell then. And it takes them a minute to realize, oh, I did that. And then it takes them a minute to realize, okay, how you're going to fix that is I've got to be realistic. I've got to be there. I've got to participate again. I've got to show love. I've got to start doing the things again. Hopefully, you'll go ahead and just hands off, let him go ahead and hit rock bottom. If you don't hear from him, you just don't hear from him. If you do hear from him, oh, hey, yeah, the kids are here. You want to talk? Or the kids ain't here. Can't talk to them right now. Either way, stop trying to pay attention to what he's going through. This had to be something serious for him to have gone off as badly as he did. And he just left everything behind. He left family, he left friends, he left everything behind. He's going through something. All right. That's a mental break. That sounds like he had some sort of mental breakdown. You said that explains him exactly. Yeah. It's been 17 months now. When does it become too late to see change? As long as you want it to be. That's as long as it takes until you feel like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to, I'm not bothered anymore. It doesn't bother you. If it's bothering you still, then that's just what it is. If you would like to continue on, if you would like for things to be better, if you are still thinking about him and missing him and wanting him, then that's how long it is until that actually stops. And that could be years. It could be. And if that is what it is for you, then that's fine. You will be able to let go then. If you have put this effort in and you have been hopeful, you've been trying to be there, you've been trying to wait for him to get it together, and he's just not getting it together, and that feeling has faded, and you're like, oh well, okay, I guess it's gone, then he missed out. You know what I mean? He says, so death, I'll wait forever. He's my person. I know, man. I feel like that about mine too. Because I'm like, damn it, if he didn't get himself together, he's manic right now. But I love him anyway, damn it. I understand. I totally understand you when it's like when you're dealing with, because that's what we deal with is mental illness. That's what it is with my husband. He's got a mental illness. He's bipolar, and he's gonna flip out sometimes, and he's gonna make me be like, who the hell is this dude? But it's still my husband. He's still my person. No matter how badly he is sick at the moment, he's still my boo. So I feel you. I get that. It's all right if it's just not right for you to go ahead and move on yet. But it is right for you to move on if you want to move on. So you go ahead and take your time with this. You're not really interested in like dating or getting with anybody anyway. You got little kids to deal with anyhow. So it's not like you can do a whole bunch of dating anyway. So you just go ahead and tend to your life, be as happy as you possibly can, and show him that if you wanted happy, he should have sat his ass at home. He should have sat on down with you because you're the happy one. All right. So that's the best way that I can tell you to go about doing this is you just be happy. And whenever he catches a glimpse of you, you're doing your thing, you're feeling good, you're having fun, you're making friends, you're doing things that you enjoy doing. And, hopefully he will recognize that, oh, that's what I was looking for was the happy I should have just been with my wife in the first place. It's so funny because people very often overlook what they have when they're upset, when they're going through something. And again, that's why I'm constantly reminding you all of doing the gratitude practice. Because if you are not grateful on a day to day basis, it's very easy for your brain to wipe all that stuff away. I don't remember anything about being grateful. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have anything. It will forget those things very easily. And if you're in a relationship with somebody, you need to have that gratitude as you are going about living with them. I am grateful for them in spite of all the reasons why they drive me a little nuts. All right. And it helps. It helps a ton. All right. Let's see. Any other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints? Let's see. Nothing down there. Nothing on the post that I can see. All right. Phone's beeping. All right. Let's see. Don't see any other ones this time. But that's all right. I am always here for you. You know that I want to answer all your questions. I don't want you to be stuck about this anymore. It is a painful, traumatic thing to have happen. I don't want you to keep feeling like you are stuck. There are things that you can do to start making this body and this brain start to feel a little bit better so that you're in a better place. Once you get in a better place, the relationship will naturally fall into a better place. So you just work on you. You start off with just you being the happiest, most fulfilled, most open, loving, all of the things. You try and do that for yourself, and then everything else is going to follow. Because if you're that type of person, that's the type of relationship you're going to have. That is what happens. It follows. Even if, God forbid, your person doesn't want to do right, if you are behaving in that way, the right person is going to find you. The right person is going to know that they are looking at the main character. All right. If yours just can't get it, all right. And most of the time, it doesn't actually take them that long to get it. Once you start showing that happier sign, being that light, that radiance in their lives, once they start seeing that, they don't want to go away from that. They want to participate in that. They want to be under that light. They want that. So as soon as you start doing that, usually there's a change in the attitude, there's usually a change in the actions, and you will see it, and you don't pay that any mind. All right, don't worry about that. You just go on, keep on being the happiest that you can possibly be, and it's going to shine, it's going to radiate, and it's going to improve your relationship as you go along. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Don't see any other questions. You all got any? Let me know. I am here for you. But if you don't have any questions, that's cool. But I still want you to get on a call with me, okay? I want you to click the link, and all you got to do is pick the date and time that's up there that you can work with. All right. This next couple weeks, I'm gonna be starting another After Infidelity Mastermind group, which is a fantastic group of women getting together every week for 12 weeks to work on this, to make progress. All right. That's what the group setting is about, so that you have somebody to lead you. You have me, you to give you that support, to give you that structure, that framework to work with. And then every week we'll be working on it. Every week we'll be trying to build on the framework, trying to get to a better place, a happier place. Weeks in, it starts to work. You start to feel like you get on a roll. By 12 weeks, it'll be a whole new relationship. And in 12 weeks, that's going to be the holidays. You are going to be in a better place. You're going to have somebody to help you with the hard part. All right. Because the holidays are always hard after the infidelity. It's really difficult. You're trying to smile. You're trying to get yourself together. You're trying to make sure that you don't ruin the holiday for your kids. All of that will help you work on if you join up with my program. So you go ahead and get on a call with me and let me know. Is that something you're interested in? You interested in working with me? And are you interested in Love Coach Dasha being your coach for the next 12 weeks, all the way through the holidays, getting to that better place all together with a whole other group of women that you can all look at each other and be like, oh, I'm not the only one. I'm not crazy. This makes sense because look how many other women are doing it. All right. I want you to have that. I don't want you to feel like you're alone in this anymore. I want you to feel like you have the support group that you need, that you have people that are backing you and telling you, absolutely, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing trying to work things out. You are doing the right thing following your heart. Very good job. I want you to have that. So get on a call with me so we can see if we can work together a little bit. And even if you don't work with me, that is just fine. If you get on a call with me, you're going to feel better. Okay. All right, y'all. I think That's all I got for today. All right. So I will do our affirmation. Just a quick word about the affirmation so you remember about that. This is another one of those things that is going to help you get past the pain, get past the trauma. Remember, I told you your brain will look for the negative? It will look for the negative in you as well. So, if you are doing the affirmations, telling yourself something good about yourself, then your brain can't continue to tell you bad things about yourself and have you believe it. Okay. So, you've got to get yourself a deck. Get yourself, these came from Five Below. You can get them off Amazon. You can get these almost anywhere nowadays. Etsy, make yourself a deck if you really want to, but get yourself ones that you can just pick one every day and sit down in front of your mirror or your phone or your computer, whatever, as long as you're looking yourself in the face and you say the affirmation to yourself in the mirror, in the camera, like you mean it. Okay. Say it like it is the most true words that you have ever spoken. Say it like you are telling it to your best friend and you need them to believe you with all their heart. Okay. Believe in it when you're saying it. Say it like you believe in it. And your brain is going to have that recording of you saying this good thing about yourself, and it will come back to it. If you are consistent with bringing your brain back around to it and being like, well, wait a minute, what was that affirmation from this morning? Yeah, remember that good thing we were saying about ourselves? That is what we want to do. That's the path that we want to be on. If you start consistently reminding yourself of the good things, of the positives, of the affirmations, you are going to start having a brain that cooperates with thinking about good things about you. Don't do that, your brain will just keep on saying bad things about you. And that sucks because that leads you straight down the drain. It'll make you spiral. All right. So we've got to train our brains after this trauma to do a nice thing for us. All right. So, whatever you say to yourself multiple times is your affirmation. If you say, I'm just so pitiful and I don't deserve to be loved, that is an affirmation, okay? You are telling your brain you want it to believe that. So, you got to be careful about what you are saying over and over again to yourself. If you want to repeat something, get yourself an affirmation and practice repeating that instead of the negative, okay? So, the affirmation for today is today I believe. Today I will see the miracles and love surrounding me. Today I believe. And we're going to take it to everything. Today I believe. Today I believe in myself. Today I believe in my relationship. Today I believe in my honey. Today I believe in the love that we have for one another. Today I believe that he will get his shit together and he will not continue to hurt me. Today I believe that I have the power to make this happen. Today, I believe that I am powerful enough and good enough and smart enough and beautiful enough to be desired above every other woman on the planet. I know, I believe those things. So I want you to be practicing believing today, okay? This week, I believe, I believe. Today, I will see the miracles and love surrounding me, all right? All righty, y'all. I think that's about it. And I see. Let me make sure. I always want to check one more time before I go. Don't want to leave anybody hanging with the comments. All right. Don't see any more right now. Cool. But make sure you click on the links if you're in my Love After Cheating group. If you're not in my Love After Cheating group, come join my Love After Cheating group, okay? I'm in there the most, all right? If you're going to find me, you're going to find me in there and put stuff in there every single solitary day telling you about this healing thing. So if you're not in that group, I need you to come on and get in the Love After Cheating group on Facebook. But also, I'm here on Instagram. But if you are not in that group, go ahead and get in that group and then come to this video, click on the link, get on a call with me, click on the link, get your guide. And right after you get your guide, you'll get an offer to come to a very special presentation from me on October 12th. All right. All right, y'all. I think that's about it. Thank you so much for joining me for the Healing Hour Live. I love to be here with you and answer your questions. Thank you so much for coming and asking them. I want to remind you to do your deep breathing, journal, be grateful, stop asking all those questions, do your affirmations, and don't do what the fear tells you to do. Okay. It's always the wrong path. We're trying to get on the healing path. Okay. All right, y'all. I love you. And I am so, so proud of you for going on this healing path, for trying so hard to have unconditional love in your lives. You deserve the storybook ending. I want to help you get it. So make sure that you reach out to me, okay? All right, y'all. I will talk to you next week, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Healing Hour Live. Bye, y'all. Bye, Instagram. And bye over here on Facebook and YouTube. Bye.